converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
On first down, it's Watson. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper with career touchdown number 75. And the Browns have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find two unbeaten teams playing each other this late in the season, but that's what we have here, two heavyweights in the NFL.
You're right about that, and you think about recent memories, so let's take a little ginkgo right now and go down memory lane, right? 2007, 7-0 Colts, 8-0 Patriots. The Pats won 24-20. They ended up going 16-0 in the regular season before they lost in the Super Bowl against the Giants. How about 2015? 6-0 Broncos, 6-0 Packers. Denver won 29-10. And in 2020, Steelers and Titans were both 5-0. Pittsburgh won that one.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13. Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. The Bengals at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
11
Mixon with a first down carry. And he is brought down at the 22 after. 2, and it brings up second down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Here we go. 12.
On second down, here's Mixon. And they'll get him down right about the 20. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
11 MT paint.
Burrow will throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jermaine Carter. And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Browns drive about to get started. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Watson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So this game of art, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. 2 unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while, but 2 teams like this, and I remember in preseason you looked at schedules and said, I think these 2 are on a collision course. It'd be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals TD. That's a tough blow there offensively. Had a decent drive going. You've got the lead, and now things completely flip on you.
Yeah, because they've been dominating on both sides of the ball. But after that mistake there, it's got to be tough for them to look up and realize we're trailing in this ball game. I thought we had complete control.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Going quickly out to the right side. And he's going to pick up the Browns' 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. The 20. 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 36 yards on the play. Chubb, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have regained the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. But then the pick ensued. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily. I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here in their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has three options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Here we go, here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
11.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. And so the last three drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number two, maybe they actually have the lead.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. It's out, it's loose, and the Bengals grab it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets pop free.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here we go.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now it's Burrow. Throw left side complete to Chase.
Here we go.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. From midfield now, Burrow. And he'll go right back to chase. That's caught again. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And the pitch goes to Mixon. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because Everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a big point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Trucks over him. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. 41 yards.
And the Browns have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is up to 15 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here we go.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati.
11.
Slot man moves
11
right.
mighty. 11 mighty.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow steps away to his left. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one. Not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here comes Grant on the return. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think they're going to call their plays accordingly, because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They run it again with Chubb. And some space here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
88 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. From the 50, it's Watson. And the pressure gets to him again.
Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Watson now to throw. And that is taken in by Njoku.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They'll run for it. Chubb. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps them move the sticks. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again is Watson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. That's the #2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be #2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be #1.
From the red zone now, Watson. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Keanu Neal.
And the Bengals are right back in this football game.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they work this out past the 25. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So now they'll come up on second and 10. Once again from the 28. A handoff running left. Mixon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last two possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Back to Mixon on first down. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage.
12, 12, 12.
Play action. It's Burrow. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Here we go.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a third and long after that sack we just saw.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass.
Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. It's caught over the middle. Hooper.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
11.
They'll give it to Mixon. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
On 1, right? 11 mighty.
Burrow going to keep it himself.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
On 1, right? 12. 12.
They run for it with Mixon, and he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. Mixon unable to find the goal line on 4th down. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Browns drive about to get started.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Watson's going to throw it here. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. From their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Now Burrow.
Being chased out left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
12.
Burrow. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
So 20 seconds remain. It'll come down to this. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here.
Well, Charles, I mean, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon, because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So for the Browns, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1.
Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 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 I hope y'all can nest double E, 'cause I need your eyes on me. 'Cause once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can STOP. Can I make a scene